Greetings, friends of the channel Seekers of Harmony. In our first and previous chapter, we have entered the labyrinth of information regarding food and our diet. We also dived back to history in order to have some ideas about the influences and habits regarding food. Let us now continue to shed some light in other areas of this labyrinth. And this time, we will see if and how food affects the human mind and spirit. Would you say that there is a connection between food and spirituality? For example, we know that in the practice of yoga, food is very important, or that the shaman will advise to cleanse yourself of the food you eat before performing a ceremony. And also in Christianity, as well as other religions, we always hear about the importance of fasting.
You're right. We surely see the role and importance of the food in all religions. As we know, there are rituals around the food which are often similar to each other and are interrelated. It is of great importance for any of those ideologies or traditions to have a specific mindset as well as a specific way of perceiving the ritual. And in this context, having specific food, or no food for that matter, is aimed to support the ideology or the way. Whether it is a religious fast or following the advice of a shaman before his purification, we can always see an inextricable link between eating and the spiritual way of thinking and performing a ritual. The goal with all the methods is to help the mind through the influences it has from the body to bring the performer to the next level. That is the level where he will find him or herself and become better human being. Look at this. We can see that food becomes some sort of transportation for the believer or practitioner to achieve his goal.
What is the scientific view regarding the notion that putting some love in the preparation of food, as well as thanking the ingredients that has been sacrificed, will affect the food in a sense that it will then provide all the nutritions it has?
Someone thinking just pure logical would probably say no. However, someone who deeply evaluates this feeling of love and also in regard to the dedication of time and emotion during the preparation of food would say that it can certainly affect the quality of food, perhaps not directly, but surely indirectly. I usually tell my clients to eat within a magical time frame of 20 minutes, since 20 minutes is needed for the nutrients to start reaching the brain from the intestine. This signalizes the end of the meal, but also that we have received the nutrients we need in order to be full, so that we can be functional for the rest of the day. Okay, so eating with love as well as eating at a period of time that ensures that we feel the food we consume plays a very important role in a good way. I wish also to underline here the importance that eating without stress and eating slowly enables us to chew better and also to smell our food. Okay, this plays an important role in the metabolism of the food since we have properly broken it down, and by doing so, we are able to absorb it better, to assimilate it better, but also contribute to a better mood for ourselves. Smelling the ingredients we have used is to smell the history of the food we consume. In that way, we do not just eat, we watch a movie. We see a story that will help us to go easier through the day and to experience new things. I can assure you that The effect of not just eating but enjoying what we eat will, in contrast to a fast food or hurried meal, will be more beneficial in every thinkable way.
Should we have one goal with our seekers of harmony concept, it would be to contribute to a happy and harmonious life without telling all those yes and no's, but by inviting one to think and act for himself. Basic knowledge regarding healthy nutrition is surely playing a major role into this. What kind of food would you recommend that, in your knowledge, is compatible with our ideology?
Regarding praxis, whether this is a yoga or meditation, I would focus on the specific perception regarding food and I would not talk about a particular food. Okay? I say, in general, I would recommend not to be full during the meditation, as this can make one fall asleep or lose the meaning of the act one follows and performs. I would not advise one to fast, as this would not help in developing the levels of calmness needing during, say, meditation. So, regarding the practice of yoga, meditation, and the like, I would argue that the most important aspect is the choice of food that reveals the character of the person who, as an example, meditates. Such choice can be not wanting to consume animal food in order to have a pure mind and soul while meditating. Another choice is having a meal that one simply likes or reminds of childhood and carefree years. Our choices here are many, and they have to do with the personal character of each. At this point, I wish to share my opinion that we will need this kind of practice since it will help to release the tension we carry on our body and lives, but also because it helps us discover ourselves. Since food is a magnifying glass for seeing our habits, our weakness, and strengths.
In his book, The Secret Life of Water, the Japanese Masaru Emoto argues that our mood and feelings affects the water. For some, those assumptions are fantasy and not science. Nevertheless, with the reasoning that our body is almost 75% water, would you say that our thinking and psychology affect our body water?
The fact of having water in our body, I would say, is a blessing. When we have food, it is a double blessing because food will help maintain the levels of hydration in our body. Of course, it is most important to appreciating the food we have in front of us because by this we appreciate all these nutritions that keeps us alive and functional, but also useful and harmonious. I say harmonious because just the fact of having food is contributing in seeing life in a positive way. A hungry person is not able to produce culture. On the contrary, a person who is healthy thanks to his food can go much further and climb much higher in his spirit. In that context, okay, in that context, this person will create rather than destroy in order to survive.
Mindfulness, being conscious presence, could in our case be communication with food. How does this communication affect the food we put in our body?
Being able to perceive the miracle that takes place while we chew is a miracle in itself. Yes, it is definitely most important to be focused on our food because it is the way to respect it, to evaluate it, and give it the opportunity to give us the energy we need. Being mindful while eating will, in addition to satiety, also provide the chance to appreciate it, the ability to listen to its story, and thanks to all these things to relax and enjoy the taste and the moment. In other words, Being attentive while eating enriches the experience and function of the food we receive. Seekers of harmony. So, the conclusion is that eating mindful is a great opportunity to enjoy life and to be able to witness, besides ourselves, also the environment that surrounds us. And I am not saying through different eyes, but in a more correct way. Join and enjoy.